Ladies, I'm here on this shit. I'm gonna do a news video, so we're starting off with some wrestling here. So, via PW Insider, this is interesting. Corey Graves, he put out some interesting tweets, we'll say the least. Obviously, he moved to NXT, but he will not be appearing on tonight's NXT on commentary. He took to Twitter to express unhappiness with his current position, and then a follow-up post stated that he's got a lot to say on tonight's show. There have been rumblings over the last several weeks that he wasn't happy with his positioning within the company via PW Insider. I mean, it kind of feels like a work, but I don't know, kind of scratching my head. But I feel like the recent tweet he put out is kind of gave it away, that it's kind of a work, and maybe him and Pat McAfee have a match, because Pat McAfee can wrestle. Corey Graves is cleared to wrestle, and he said, I've got a lot to say on tonight on NXT. So, I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to have Corey Graves and Pat McAfee have a match? I don't know, maybe it's going to be a shoot on Pat McAfee, I don't know. I think this is a work to build for his in-ring return. That's kind of what it's going to. I mean, it's kind of making me think he's coming back to the ring. So yeah, it's a work. It's a work. I mean, I don't see it. I mean, it's a work. Because he was cleared to return last year, if I remember correctly. I don't think they would let him announce tonight if it wasn't. Or something along those lines. He's coming back to in-ring competition. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of just my thoughts on it. I mean, I like Pat McAfee, I like Corey Graves. I don't know, I guess he must really legit hate the guy. No, Corey's better. I think Corey Graves is better commentator, but Pat McAfee's more entertaining. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. My prediction is that it's a work and they'll have a match at some point. So, the debut episode of Raw on Netflix from last week, it had 5,900,000 views today. It was a top 10 show in 26 countries. 17,700,000 hours, I think. It was basically 17 million hours viewed today. From the, episode, man, remember that, AEW mark on Twitter says it's gonna have like 600k views, and it ends up with 5 million, basically nearly 6 million views. Some mark said 600k. Yeah, sure thing, pal. Nearly 6 million viewers. I don't know how the second episode will do, but I thought it was better than the first. I thought it was better. It went 2 hours and like 33 minutes, or shorter. So, via PW Insider, Netflix allows flexibility, and even with no hard out, WWE is still going to maintain their usual structure and time, and they aren't seeking to be there 5 hours every week just because they can. Whether they are slated to run 2 hours, for example 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 4 hours on a specific week, they are still going to work towards maintaining their internal clock where they want the show to end. They aren't seeking to run an extra hour because things are running late, and therefore Penta going over time. I mean, I don't know if him going over time, I don't think that's it's not really his fault. They want it to be done early enough on West Coast time to allow talents and staff schedule to take red-eye flights home the ability to do so. They want it to be done so they didn't have overtime charges in the venue they rented with the local staff they use with their own crew, etc. I feel like people are trying too hard to like discredit Penta's debut, but saying, oh, he ran overtime. No, I mean, they can go as long as they want to. I mean, it's not like they had to stop at 2 hours and 30 minutes. But, I mean, it's only 5 minutes. I mean, I don't really see much of an issue. 2.5 hours, that's fine. If they want to go with 3 hours, fine. But 2.5, 3 hours, that's fine with me, to be honest. So the second episode of Raw on Netflix from last night has taken the #1 spot on Netflix's top 10 programs in the US today. I thought it was better than the first episode. This probably be a weekly thing, basically. I thought it was superior. The second episode was way better than the first episode, in my opinion. So via PW Insider, WWE management, they were very happy with Penta's debut and with the live reactions and with the early merch numbers as well. Yeah, I mean, obviously last week pretty much knew Penta was debuting. It was pretty obvious when they put the merchandise out. I thought he had a good debut, and it was a perfect opponent in Chad Gable. He had one little botch, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty good match. One little botch, shit happens. Those merch numbers going to the moon. Great debut, and he had a promo after the match. I don't remember him having a promo in AEW. So via PW Insider, they said he went low, as I was mentioning, went way longer than initially planned in his debut. Between the match and the post-match promo, which led to time being trimmed from other segments later in the show, there are some talents obviously not thrilled about that, as you can imagine. Yeah, 5 minutes over. Oh no, Netflix. Oh, Netflix. Yeah, sure, pal. Sure. I mean, it's on Netflix. They can go as long as they want. I don't see why they'd be mad at Penta. It went 5 minutes, okay? I don't know if this is a true story, though. I don't know if this is a true story, like the management's happy, but come on, he deserved that moment. It's his fucking debut, for crying out loud. His match and segment got him over in one night. So if other segments were trimmed, it had nothing to do with Penta, buddy. He's a real deal. If they want to it's probably jobbers. But it was a big debut, so keep crying. Trying to cook up a report and downplay a successful debut. Get out of here with this garbage. I don't know if this source is actually true. But I mean, they didn't end it 30 minutes early, but 2 hours and 33 minutes is fine to me. JBL, he's returning to WWE next week in Dallas. Man, JBL's been everywhere. Man, he's everywhere officially. He ain't showed up. Has he showed up in AEW yet? He showed up everywhere. He's showed up in so many indie promotions, TNA, GCW. And now he's appearing to WWE. Dude, he's been everywhere. Now, next he's going to go to AEW, pal. So now I'll talk about some NBA here. So, stuff with Jimmy Butler. We have to talk about Jimmy Butler. Again, it feels like every NBA news we're talking about Jimmy Butler. But, part of The Athletic, he reportedly got fed up with the Miami Heat after they signed players like Josh Richardson and Thomas Bryant as a way to add help to the roster. Frustrations over other contenders being more aggressive. The defending Boston Celtics acquiring Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday. The Milwaukee Bucks trade for Damian Lillard have left Butler disappointed with the Heat seemingly not being as ambitious, the source said. Last year seemed to mark a crucial pivot point as Miami brought in Thomas Bryant and Josh Richardson to bolster the roster. Yeah, sure. Which left Butler feeling he had to do the impossible again, the source said. Damn, Thomas Bryant and Josh Richardson catching strays over here. Yes, he's carried this team a lot. I mean, these guys just, Pat Riley, I guess, just doesn't get that good of players. I mean, I'd be fed up, too, getting Josh Richardson and fucking Thomas Bryant. But I'm just tired of this Jimmy Butler shit. So, Chris B. Haynes was told Jimmy Butler is fully prepared to return to play for the Miami Heat if he's not moved by the time his suspension is lifted. He's staying. I mean, I guess he has to stay, but he knows nobody wants him at this point. So, Kevin Harlan, he's reportedly close to finalizing a deal to call NBA games for Amazon Prime Video next season per Andrew Marchand. That's a massive W right there, pal, for Kevin Harlan. He's that GOAT. Best play-by-play commentator currently for me. Love listening to Kevin Harlan. So Brian Windhorst via ESPN Cleveland. I've had multiple agents tell me that their players want to play in Cleveland. Wonder what players he could be talking about. I mean, is there anybody worth noting? Like, I think this Cleveland team's really good. I don't know who else they could add. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a trade. I don't know who they could trade for, but we'll see. So the Miami Heat, they've received multiple trade offers for Jimmy Butler. But Pat Riley hasn't shown any urgency to finalize any deals, per James Charania. The Heat have engaged with multiple teams on both trade scenarios and have received offers but have been hesitant to negotiate further. Sources say Riley has not shown an urgency in these talks as the trade deadline looms on February 6th, sources said. Yeah, he just don't. Probably because they're not getting any good offers. Chandler Parsons on all-time rankings, I would rank Kevin Durant above Kobe. Okay. Dennis Smith Jr.'s need a deal with Real Madrid. Man, remember when this guy got drafted? Remember when this guy got drafted high? I mean, it's sad to see. I think he's a good defender that can help teams on the defensive end, but yeah, nothing else really. The asking price for Jonas Valanciunas could be a maximum of 2 second-round picks. Per Joshua B. Robbins and David Aldridge, D.C. One league source whose team is not currently involved with the Wizards is in discussions about Valanciunas. Believes that 2 second-rounders will wind up being the maximum Washington get from him. If I'm the Lakers, if I'm a team like the Lakers, I'm doing this. Stephen A. Smith said on First Take that Zion Williamson wants to leave New Orleans. I don't think he said he wants to leave New Orleans. Doesn't matter what city he's in. He's only played 8 games this year. You need to be healthy. Draymond Green says that Yusuf Nurkic needs help. King Von says end gun violence. That both these guys need help. I mean, it's a good message, but it's from the wrong dude. That's all I'll say. See if we have anything else here. Nope. So we'll just talk about some wrestling and some NBA news here. I'll do an NFL video in a little bit. 2 college recaps tonight. Kentucky, Texas A&M, and then the Mississippi State Auburn game, and then I'll do Nuggets. The Nuggets game, at least against the Mavericks, I think. So that's all to say here. Peace.